I am absolutely giddy about today's team. Maybe it's because I'm filming this part of the video after doing an overnight shift and I'm just overtired. But regardless, we're in for a real treat with this team today. We're bringing Mega Starmie and Mega Excadrill to the Champions Ranked ladder. I cannot put enough emphasis on how much damage a Helping Hand boosted Huge Power Starmie does. Liquidation and Zen Headbutt just hit absolutely insane levels of damage. We also have Flip Turn here to be able to clear away any pesky Intimidates. So Incineroar, beware, because we're coming for you. And honestly, even a Helping Hand boosted Flip Turn, yeah, Incineroar does not love that. As far as the rest of the team here goes, we have Excadrill, our other Mega Pokemon here. We have the ability to turn on the speed mode here by bringing Tyranitar and Excadrill together and activating Sand Rush. We have Iron Head to threaten Floette, as well as Aerodactyl. We've got Drill Run for Gengar. We got Rock Slide for Charizard Y. It's gonna be a good time. If we need the extra firepower, we can always Mega Evolve Excadrill, get that boosted up attack stat, and the ability for our contact moves to pierce through Protect, because Piercing Drill is a fun ability. While it only does a quarter of the max damage through Protect, it's still a big attack stat that Excadrill is hitting opponents with. Like, it's got a big stick. It's gonna bonk things with a big stick. Well, technically a drill, but anyways. Moving on, we've got Tyranitar here to not only set up the sand, but to remove items from opponents with knockoff. We've got Spread Rock Slide and Spread Earthquake. So Earthquake is going to be relatively solid for hitting some Steel and Poison type Pokemon, especially since our Chaladon still is around. Being able to apply some offensive pressure to that thing is certainly going to be nice with Tyranitar. We've got the speed mode with both Whimsicott and Volcarona, each of which have Tailwind. Volcarona has Rage Powder as well to pull away Sucker Punch from Starmie, as well as the Hisuian Typhlosion directly beneath it. And speaking of Hisuian Typhlosion, we have Terra Fire at home with a Charcoal Held item boosting up the power of Eruption and Heat Wave. Overall, this team is looking to do monstrous damage extraordinarily fast, and that's what we're going to do on the ladder today. So let's dive right on into it. Alright, we've got Conkeldurr, Hawlucha, Abomasnow, Oranguru, Emboar, and Hydreigon. So we have 3 different potential Mega Pokemon. We've got, well, we got the things that Excadrill is not necessarily gonna love with that Conkeldurr and the Hawlucha, but we're gonna have an okay time because we got Starmie. Yeah, we got some star power going on with this here. Honestly, I think Typhlosion. I think Typhlosion Whimsicott looks like it could be a solid lead with Eruption Tailwind support. So, I mean, I think we can do that. I think we can also use Typhlosion's Frisk to look for some items. I think maybe we bring Starmie in the back, and I think we bring Volcarona. And then this way, too, we can threaten the Abomasnow and just try to get a Fiery Dance off and just see where we go. I mean, technically, we can threaten it with the Typhlosion, but yeah, let's see where we go from here. We'll bring the bottom 4. We'll leave Excadrill and Tyranitar on the bench for this one, and we'll see what Mega Starmie can do here. So, what are we getting for a lead? Also, I'm also thinking too, like, even if they lead Hydreigon, like, I can also Moonblast that, which is not terrible. And now most people would expect the Typhlosion to be Scarfed, but it's not. So, we might have an okay time. Yeah, we might have an okay time. We got to see a Quick Claw here, so that's good to know. That could be a problem for Tailwind. Yeah, that could actually be a problem for that. You know what? Hydreigon is not really the best thing that I want to see. I think I'll bring in Volcarona. I think we'll switch Typhlosion out. And I think we'll just throw up the Tailwind right here with Whimsicott. Get the speed mode up. And this way, too, we could always redirect away and attack. So we'll see what happens. I don't mind getting Volcarona in here. And then that way, too, I could always set up Fiery Dance. Get some special attack boosts. Ooh, Brave Bird. Good thing I'm Focus Sashed on this Whimsicott. Yeah, it's a very good thing I am Sashed here. So that's going to activate. I'm curious to see how much recoil they're going to take. All right, 31%. That's not too shabby. And we also get Volcarona in for a relatively safe amount. So, I think what we can do here, I think we can Fiery Dance into the Hawlucha, and actually, you know what? I want a Rage Powder. I want a Rage Powder, and I want to Moonblast that Hydreigon. Yeah. I'm going to go for the Moonblast here, because that's going to be 4 times super effective damage, and that thing is not going to love the Moonblast. And if I get the Hawlucha to hit the Flame Body and burn itself, that can be solid too. So yeah, we'll take out the Hydreigon with Whimsicott, and then that way we can see what the Hawlucha does. If it's another Brave Bird, I mean, Volcarona will go down. I can get Typhlosion back in. Stone Edge, interesting. All right, I mean, we still go down to that, but I mean, we can get the Typhlosion in here. We can get the Eruption. That should be solid. So, I don't dislike that at all. Actually, we can get the Starmie in too. I think we can get this. I think we can have some fun with the Starmie. Well, you know what? Let's bring in Typhlosion. We have the Eruption. We'll call Starmie Plan B. There's the Abomasnow. All right, so Eruption's gonna be big. Neither of these Pokemon have a Mega Stone, which is nice too. All right, we saw Citrus Berry as well, so neat. I'm going to preserve Whimsicott. I'm going to bring in the Starmie. We'll go for the Eruption and get some big damage off with our Charcoal-boosted Fire-type spread damage, which, yeah, I'm looking forward to blasting the Christmas tree with that one there. So we'll get Quasar, the shiny Starmie, in. We'll get Typhlosion's Eruption off. And that's just going to be a double knockout right there. So that's a safe switch for Starmie. Yeah. Starmie can rest easy right there, seeing as that Grass type has been removed from play, as well as the Hydreigon on top of that. So, I mean, Volcarona didn't love taking that Stone Edge, but I'm pretty happy about that. And you know what? You know what? We got a full-powered Eruption here, and we have a Zen Headbutt for the Conkeldurr. So, all we got to do is connect. Well, it might live the Eruption. I don't know. Conkeldurr can be deceptively bulky, so I mean, it might live the Eruption, but I mean, we just gotta land the Zen Headbutt, and we're sitting pretty. Yeah, I think we're gonna be sitting pretty right here. Ooh, we're actually faster than our own Typhlosion, so I mean, even better. We get the Zen Headbutt off. So if we had missed that, I mean, we had the Eruption for a little bit of insurance. But hey, Huge Power Zen Headbutt coming in there right at the end for some maximum damage. Pretty happy about that. Now, let's move on. That battle was absolutely pristine. And before we dive into the next match, we're going to use Flip Turn to talk about today's partner. I want to be the best, and that's why I work with the best, which is where today's partner, Cheeky, comes into play. Cheeky's soap lathers up exquisitely in the shower, and their gentle moisturizing formula will leave your skin feeling refreshed. Really, I can't think of a better way to start the day than with a shower including Cheeky soap. Not to mention their legendary scents, such as Pulp Francis, will scrub away that grime or odor like nobody's business, and you'll love how you feel when you step out of that shower. Speaking of legendary scents, later today, Cheeky is dropping Queso's signature scent of Kokomo, a tropical cocktail of juicy pineapple, creamy coconut, and sweet vanilla. A gateway to paradise when you step into that shower. If you want to level up your shower game with the rare candy that is Cheeky soap and snag yourself some Kokomo alongside some of Cheeky's other scents, including Pulp Francis and License to Clean, great news. You can use my code SHUCKO to snag yourself an order of Cheeky's all-moisturizing body soap for 10% off. Thank you to Cheeky for partnering with me for today's video, and now let's dive right back on in to the battles. Alright, we've got a Mega Floette team here with Sneasler, Aerodactyl, Incineroar, Sinisha, and King Gambit. Okay, so Starmie and Tailwind looks nice. The Incineroar I'm a little bit scared of. The King Gambit I'm also a little bit scared of. That King Gambit, honestly, that King Gambit's going to be a bit of a problem, but I mean, Volcarona and Starmie might not be a bad combination. Actually, Volcarona and Typhlosion. No, because the Rock Slide off Aerodactyl could be bad. Yeah, Aerodactyl could be looking to mess me up. Not gonna lie. I think maybe what I do is maybe I go Whimsicott and Starmie. And then that way, too, I could always Tailwind and Flip Turn. Actually, no, I think Volcarona in Starmie's okay because I have the Rage Powder. Rage Powder wouldn't be... Ooh, you know what? Volcarona and Typhlosion look pretty good. Now, again, the Aerodactyl. I can't make up my mind, to be completely honest. I think Excadrill looks pretty sharp. The nice thing about Excadrill is it's really good without the Mega Evolution, so I could get away with this, maybe. Like, I have the Iron Head for the Floette. Like, that's going to be big. I have it for the Aerodactyl. Maybe what I should have did... Maybe what I should have done was... Get Excadrill and Tyranitar positioned, but I mean, I don't love the potential fake out off of either of these Pokemon. And so, you know what? No, we're not gonna Zen Headbutt. We're gonna protect. We're gonna protect both of these Pokemon. And then what we can do is we can Mega Evolve, Rage Powder, Liquidation the Incin, and then maybe try to get rid of the Sneasler. If it's close combat just to activate a White Herb and activate Unburden, that could be gross, but I don't think it's going to be. I think we could potentially see a Throat Chop. Might see a Dark type attack come off the Incineroar, which would be gross. But Sneasler's got the Fake Out coming out here. What's the Incineroar looking to do? Parting Shot. Alright. I don't hate that. I can go for the Rage Powder. I think I Mega Evolve. And I think honestly, I think I Liquidation. I could Flip Turn into the Incineroar. Yeah, Flip Turning into Incineroar might not have been bad either. Earlier today, I was actually watching a Pokesports video where they showcased Sneasler and Starmie together with coaching, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try that myself. I think that looks like it might be fun tech, especially where Sneasler and Starmie do have comparable speed stats. And an important thing to keep in mind, I am Adamant Starmie. I am not Jolly Starmie, so that Sneasler could very well likely outspeed me. So, we'll have to be careful here. We're gonna get our Mega Evolution up, and honestly, Volcarona, if it can burn the Sneasler, I would love that, because then we could potentially break a Sash, and we can also reduce the amount of damage coming out of that Sneasler as well for Starmie. Not to mention, I also love the idea of just not eating a Dire Claw with Starmie too. We get poisoned. That's best case scenario. We're not paralyzed. We're not asleep, and we do get the Flame Body. So that's solid. That is very, very solid. So we'll get our Liquidation off into the Incin, dropping it to 4 HP. It's Flare Blitz. Okay. Volcarona gets to live. Alright, if the poison doesn't take me out, I think I throw the Zen Headbutt out into the Sneasler. Fascinating. And also Volcarona actually gets its own Citrus Berry off, so I mean, we don't have to worry about the poison damage. Sneasler's burned, so there's a potential Sash broken. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So, there's the King Gambit. Alright. Typhlosion is not going to love that, but Excadrill will. I think we Rage Powder, and I think we just throw that Zen Headbutt right here. And this will get us around Sucker Punch. Yeah, we can get around Sucker Punch here. If it's Kowtow and Sneasler dodges Zen Headbutt, I mean, Starmie's in for a bad time, but we'll find out. I also do have Heat Wave on Typhlosion, so I mean, Typhlosion might not be too... Did I bring Typhlosion? I don't remember if I brought Typhlosion. I'm just going to stop while I'm behind, just in case. But, you know, if they go Kowtow and we get rid of Sneasler and we get lucky with another burn, I mean, that could be nice. They're actually going to protect King Gambit. All right, is Sneasler going to protect? No, it is not. All right. So, Zen Headbutt, let's go. Let us go. Please land this, Starmie. Also, Volcarona, look at you go, bud. All right. The crit definitely did not matter. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Volcarona is going to go down. I get a free switch in here. I have Typhlosion in the back, and I have Excadrill. So, you know what? I have the drill run. I can potentially get some big damage off. Ooh, Floette. If I can get rid of King Gambit, I'm in a very good position here. Yeah, I'm in a very good position here if I can get rid of King Gambit. We just saw a Protect out of them, which is certainly nice to see. I think we just throw out the Liquidation and we just double into the Gambit slot. Floette could Mega Evolve and give me a bit of a nasty time with the Fairy Aura, but I have pretty good good vibes going on with Typhlosion. Yeah, I think Typhlosion is going to be okay. Now, one thing I'm not 100% sure about is the speed tier between Floette and Starmie. I think Starmie's still going to be faster. Yeah, Starmie's still faster. And also, no Sucker Punch. Okay, so the question is how well Excadrill does this. Yeah, all right, perfect. All right, so depending on what comes out of Floette, I mean, Excadrill could be in a bad spot. Starmie could be in a bad spot. It's Calm Mind. I think I flip turn to clear the Intimidate drop, and I think I throw out the Iron Head. And the battle is ended due to a forfeit. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That is A-okay in my book here. We got to get the King Gambit off the field and that Floette. I don't think it would have loved taking an Iron Head. I really don't think that would have been great for it. Now, would have been nice if I had Tyranitar in the back instead of Typhlosion, but I mean, I would have loved to have gotten Typhlosion in for the big eruption, especially too where Typhlosion would have been able to resist the Fairy type attack, so I mean, that would have been okay. I think maybe flip turn Typhlosion, and then if I took a lot of damage, that Heat Wave. If I didn't take any damage, well then, Eruption. I think that would be the solution to that problem. But anyways, good game to my opponent. Let's move on. All right, I see a refrigerator. Let's go. All right, we've got Empoleon, King Gambit, Incineroar, Frostlass, and Garchomp. All right, so we've got two different steel types. We've got a dark type, so some fighting coverage is going to be okay in my book, but I don't have any of that, so that might be a little bit of a problem. But you know what isn't going to be a problem? The fact that I can go Eruption. Eruption could be big. Typhlosion and Volcarona look really solid here. The only thing that I'm a little bit scared about is Garchomp and being able to Earthquake. I mean, that could be a little bit bad. But I mean, what I could maybe even do, I think I go Whims and Typhlosion lead. I think we bring Volcarona. And yeah, I think this might be okay. I think we bring Starmie in the back. I think we bring Typhlosion and Whims in the lead. We can Tailwind. If they lead Gambit and I'm worried about that, I could always switch out Typhlosion and get Volcarona in and then set up the Tailwind anyways. Or even switch out Whimsicott and Protect. I mean, that might not be okay. Or it might not be the end of the world. That actually feels kind of okay, even though I was about to say it might not be okay. But anyways, we'll see. We've got Rotom and Incineroar. All right, so Whimsicott could be faked out. So Incineroar's got the Citrus Berry right there, which not surprising in the slightest, but our Charcoal can do some damage. They might go for a Dark type attack into Typhlosion instead, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. I think we get the Tailwind up. I think we go for the Eruption. They're going to let me get it, which means this Rotom is in for a very bad time, which means Typhlosion's probably in for a Dark type attack coming its way. But let's see right here. Bye, Rotom. All right. Bring me your Frostlass. But let me keep my Typhlosion first. No, we're eating a Darkest Lariat, which Typhlosion is not going to love that. But you know what? That's fine. We didn't get a fake out in the Whimsicott. I think we can bring in the Starmie, and we can test out how much damage Starmie can do to the Incineroar. Here's the Frostlass. All right. So, I wonder. It's sitting at 68 HP, or 68% HP. I think we Helping Hand. I think we Flip Turn. Huge Power Flip Turn is going to do a lot of damage to Incineroar. And honestly, I am here for it. I am definitely here for it. Here comes the Mega Frostlass. Alright, so this will get me around a potential Shadow Ball and a potential Blizzard for Starmie, which definitely don't want to deal with that. Thankfully, we do have the Tailwind, which is the only reason why I'm confident about this. Frostlass is protecting. That's great. That is definitely great. Because we're going to get that Flip Turn off into the Incineroar. We can get Volcarona in. And Volcarona getting a Fiery Dance off into Frostlass could be pretty big. Yeah, getting Frostlass, some damage there, that could be big. Even just trying to get a little bit of chip off with Moonblast might not be too shabby. Alright, here comes the Garchomp. I think what I want to do, I think I want a Moonblast. And I think I just want a Fiery Dance. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared of the Garchomp. Not gonna lie. The Garchomp could be a little bit bad. But we'll get the Moonblast off. That should be some decent damage. Yeah, we bring it down to 37. I do have my Focus Sash still intact, too. So, I mean, if they double Whimsicott, that's not great. But, I mean, if they don't, that's okay. Alright, there's the Blizzard. Maybe a Rock Slide, which, I mean, if that comes out, I mean, it's kind of gross, but I mean, I can live it. If I miss, or if they miss. Oh, thank you, Volcarona. Alright. I think Starmie just needs to go after the Garchomp. Is this my last turn of Tailwind? It might be. Yeah, this is my last turn of Tailwind. Okay. I think I Fiery Dance into the Frostlass, and I think I just throw out the Liquidation, just hit the Garchomp. If they both Protect, that could be really, really scary. There's the Protect off the Frostlass. No Protect out of the Garchomp. Okay, let's go. Yeah, alright. Great. Rough Skin's going to do a little bit of chip to me, but that's okay. Fiery Dance is unfortunately going to miss, but I mean, that's okay. My Tailwind is gone. We just throw out the Fiery Dance, and we throw out the Liquidation. If they Shadow Ball, great. I mean, Starmie's not going to love it, but I mean, Starmie's actually going to outspeed. Alright, so they don't have max speed on their Frostlass. That's good. That is good for Starmie. Starmie is able to pick up the KO right there. And I am very, very happy about how that has played out. Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain Fiery Dance is 100% accuracy, so I mean, I felt pretty good about that. Yeah, I felt pretty good about that in case it was Shadow Ball. And I mean, if they threw out a Blizzard and I ended up eating a Blizzard and freezing with both of them, that would have been really bad. But the odds of that happening, I don't think are very, very likely, so that was definitely a pretty good feeling endgame right there. Like, I really like how Starmie was able to just come in, get that Flip Turn off, finish off the Incineroar, and then just have a excellent time from there. Alright, we've got Pelipper, Milotic, Archaludon, Mimikyu, Rotom, and Garchomp. Alright, we've got a lot of things that like the rain here. We got the Archaludon, we got the Milotic, we got the Pelipper. But you know what we have? We have Starmie. We have our friend Starmie. Now, I'm not going to love the Electro Shot. But you know what I do love? I do love Sand. I think Sand might be alright. Honestly, I think this might be an okay time for maybe even Excadrill. Maybe. Now, the nice thing is the rain will be giving me a 50% boost to my water type attacks, which is going to be solid. I I don't have any weather control outside of Tyranitar, which is a little bit scary, but Tyranitar Excadrill looks like it might be solid. Tyranitar, ooh, you know what? Tyranitar or Excadrill Volcarona might be okay. I think we bring T-Tar in the back, and I think we bring Starmie. We have redirection with Volcarona. If the Mimikyu wants to set up Trick Room, I mean, they can. We have the Iron Head. We have the Drill Run. We don't necessarily have to Mega Evolve Excadrill. We could just Rage Powder with Volcarona and throw out some attacks with Excadrill. Our Chaladon looks like it'd be a great target for a Drill Run. Yeah. That looks pretty solid. I do like that. We'll throw out the Drill Run, and we'll throw out a... I kind of want a Tailwind, but I kind of want a Rage Powder. If that's Stalwart, that could be really bad for Excadrill, but... I'm just going to bang on it not being Stalwart. I'm just going to go for the Rage Powder. It might be Stamina, it might be Sturdy. Here comes my Milotic switching out into Pelipper, which is fine. I do want that Drill Run. I'm just really hoping this is not going to be a Aura Sphere into Excadrill. Nice, we brought it down to 32% right here. We do activate Stamina, so good to know it's not Sturdy. Electroshot is coming out. Volcarona, I am very sorry you are taking this. But, that looks like it's okay. Yeah, Volcarona is going to take this. That's a lot. Yeah, that actually does activate my Citrus Berry, which is a little bit concerning. That said, we Drill Run into the Arch, and I think we bring in T-Tar. Yeah, I think we bring in T-Tar. And the nice thing here, too, is that turns off Hurricane being completely accurate. It also turns Weather Ball into a Rock type, which Excadrill would 4 times resist. Which I am A-okay with. Tyranitar is going to be neutral to it, which is okay. Our Chaladon's going to switch out. Okay, who is coming in here? Ooh, it is Milotic. Okay. Not the end of the world. Yeah, that's a good chunk of damage with the Drill Run. Ooh, Hydro Pump. Oh, no. Bye, Excadrill. That's sad. But we break a potential Sash right there on the Pelipper. We get confirmation that it's leftovers on the Milotic. I think we bring in Starmie. I think we Mega Evolve. I mean, we're a physical Starmie. We have to Mega Evolve. But I think we go Zen Headbutt. I think we try to get as much damage off as we can. And I think a knockoff into Milotic might be okay. Yeah, knockoff into Milotic might be okay here. Also, no switching coming out here. At least I don't think. I don't remember the order that it's in Champions, if it's supposed to be if switch is supposed to come first or not. Milotic's protecting, that's fine. Knockoff is not going to hit, but I mean, that's alright. Zen Headbutt into Pelipper is going to be great. Whoa, 4 HP, okay. That said, Pelipper's going down to the sand. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. I don't love it, but I mean, that's not bad. Huge Power Zen Headbutt. That did actually kind of come in pretty nice. I think maybe what we do, I think we Zen Headbutt into the Milotic. I don't think Earthquake is going to be able to go off here. Yeah, okay, Mimikyu. Mimikyu's a fairy type. Alright. I think we go Zen Headbutt. It's also a Ghost type too, which, you know what, that could be a little bit bad. But I think we Rock Slide, I think we Zen Headbutt. With the logic being, if we can break the Disguise on Mimikyu, that's great. And Milotic's actually kind of freaking me out a little bit, not gonna lie. If we can land the Rock Slide into Mimikyu here, that's gonna be handy. Starmie's not loving that. But we do get the Rock Slide off right there. That's nice. Disguise is broken. Maybe I throw out the Earthquake for the Archaludon. I'm worried they have Shadow Sneak. I am worried they have Shadow Sneak. Well, I think what I do here is I think I throw out the Protect. I think I Earthquake. And then this way too, if they do have Shadow Sneak, we can scout for it. If I can outspeed the Archaludon, great. This Tyranitar does have speed investment. I don't know if it has enough speed investment. There is, in fact, the Shadow Sneak. So that's going to be good to find out. Oh, we are going to outspeed the Archaludon. That's solid. So that's going to be enough to pick up the KO. And what I can do here, I can switch Starmie into Volcarona. And I can knock off into the Mimikyu slot. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Battle has ended due to a forfeit. Okay. And I'm also... It's throwing me for a loop that we could just hit the button at any point now instead of having to run. But, I mean, I feel very good about that. Because, I mean, Starmie could have switched out into Volcarona. And if something happened to Tyranitar, well, then I have the insurance of having Rage Powder right there on the Volcarona. So, I feel very good about that. And that is where we're going to leave things here for today. So, we're going to move right on over to the outro. Hey, thanks for checking out today's team in action. We had a very clean 4-0 run at the ladder today. Starmie did tremendous work with a -1 liquidation, bringing an Incineroar down to 4% of its max HP, while having a Helping Hand boosted flip turn take out another Incineroar. Not to mention, we also got to hit a Sneasler with that 4x super effective Zen Headbutt, especially after Volcarona burned that same Sneasler with its Flame Body ability. Overall, I am very happy with how the team played out, especially the damage output on Hisuian Typhlosion's Eruption in the Tailwind as well. I put it on the team for a little bit of special attacking coverage because I wasn't really sure how we were going to blend that in, whereas this team is primarily physical, but Hisuian Typhlosion certainly did not disappoint me. And you know what else didn't disappoint me? Excadrill. We got to have the drill run nail a King Gambit for some massive damage. We got to apply pressure to an Archaludon as well. And we even got to put the Fear of God into a Mega Floette. Not that we actually got to hit said Mega Floette, but the pressure was certainly there. Anyways, be sure to let me know what you think of the team down in the comments below, and I will certainly see you there. Also, before you go, don't forget you can use my code SHUCKO with today's partner Cheeky to snag some of their all-moisturizing body soap for 10% off. Level up your shower game and evolve it straight into paradise with Queso's brand new scent, Kokomo, a wonderful coconut fragrance. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Catch you next time.